Twisted Sister, I mean, they couldn't even get a deal in America. And the day I signed them, I flew out to America to see them, and they were playing in Poughkeepsie, of all places. And it was snowing, and there was over 3,000 kids. And you're thinking, and this band can't get a deal? And then merchandising rolls up in a big removal lorry, and it's packed. And when it went away, there was like a torn poster in the back, and that was it. And Dee rides up on stage on a big Harley Davidson and all that, and you're thinking, I can't believe this band haven't got a deal. Because they were fantastic. And we went backstage afterwards, and they had more money on this table in cash from the merchandise than I'd ever seen in my life. In piles everywhere, I'm not kidding. And I thought, oh, holy crap, I've got no chance of signing this band. And I was tied in with Gary Bushell at the time. He was like helping me with all the punk and the oi stuff, and before he got the reputation that he's currently reveling in. But and he said, oh no, you've got to sign them, they're fantastic, they'll do really well. And so I said, all right, well, let's talk about a deal then, you know. And their manager kind of went out to the toilet, and the band said, just make us an offer, we're really cheap. Oh, okay. In the end, they weren't really cheap, but it was a good deal for all of us. And we sold a shed load of records for them. So. And then I helped them get a deal with Warner's, and the next album did 5 million. They sent a tape to Gary Bushell, and Gary passed it on to me. And I just loved it so much, I phoned up literally that night and flew out the next night, because I knew that if I didn't, something else would come along. And literally from hearing the demo to flying out there to signing the deal took about a week. So I thought, I'm going to start another label, and I'm just going to do heavy metal. I thought, you can sell it every country in the world, it never goes in or out of fashion, the fans stay loyal forever. That'll do for me. So I thought, well, I've got debts up to here, you know, because I just toured The Exploited and Twisted Sister on my Amex card, and I suddenly wasn't getting any of that back. So I'm tens and tens of thousands to Amex, who were always really friendly and helpful in that situation. So they said, what do you want to call it? So I said, I want to call it Music for Nations. So they said, okay. So that's what we did. And in February we released our first record, and which did like 35,000. And the second record was Rat, who ended up being enormous. And the third record was Metallica. With me, obviously, one of the pivotal things for me was signing Metallica. It kind of changed my whole life, because it led to so many other things, and it led to, you know, Crush. I've traded off it for forever, you know. And it could have been so easily one of the, because it was one of about that many demos I'd got to listen to that day, and most of them were absolute rubbish. And this one came in a little cassette with "Metal Up Your Arse" on the front, and a hand with a sword coming out of a toilet. Now, nowadays you'd look at that and go, thank you, and you probably wouldn't even get it. And a lot of companies, of course, don't even listen to unsolicited tapes. And I'd listened to tape after tape after tape, and they were all just dreadful. And I put this one on, and it wasn't very clever quality. And it could so easily have, after 30 seconds, no. And for some reason I stuck with it and thought, actually, this is really exciting. Played it again, and did the deal. But one of those pivotal moments, and it could have gone completely different, and your whole life would have been different, you know.